What doesn't belong?
What doesn't belong? Is it maybe the double shirt that I'm wearing? Is it the backwards hat? What is different?
What is different?
I'm tan. I've been out in the sun. Oh, and I have a mustache.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm rocking. This is day 3 of the mustache. And I think every man in the world has grown a beard.
Uh-huh.
And at one point shaves it into a goatee, then into a mustache, and then shaves it. Maybe it's just me, but every time I let my beard go for like 3 to 6 weeks when it's long, I did it as a joke, but then all of a sudden the mustache is in. I go, let me just keep it for a day. Went out in public, have been attracting the most positive, most like interesting individuals of my life.
And you are attracting other fellow stash wearers.
Yeah, it's like people who drive, super bikes or in the Jeep Club. You kind of give the little signs, you give the little peace sign. I think it's like a Jeep signal.
Oh my gosh. Well, okay, 2 things.
It's a mustache thing. I don't know the handshake, but I'm trying to like get into the club. And I don't know if it's Top Gun. I don't know what.
Well, that's what I was going to say. Everyone right now is loving the stashes because Top Gun just came out and it's all about the stash there. And then the other day, we'll get more into this, but we went over for the first time to go and explore outside with him having his mustache. And I was a little nervous at first because I go, is he going to be treated differently? What's going to happen? Should I be embarrassed? And we went to go look at our house, and what do you know?
The builder
had
a stash. We instantly connected. And
it's so nice.
Yeah, I get now why people like dye their hair blonde or red or do piercings or like cool tats. It invites attention. Because you know what the whole thing is, I'm usually not the kind of guy that likes to invite attention. I like dumbing it down. Very rarely do I like dressing up. I don't wear jewelry. I don't want to get attention for something other than what I want to bring to the table, like personality or intelligence or value. Right. So I don't like, of course we're going to pull up in like nice cars in the future and do all that kind of stuff, but the stash isn't really a flex. It's a choice, what would you want to call it?
The stash
an
is
aesthetic
a very
choice.
Artsy, and it's just, I feel like these days a lot of people are digging it. So
a lot. Did a poll on my Instagram. 81% of you said shave it. 19% said keep it. I went with the 19. I'm keeping it for a while, but so we'll see what happens. But enough about the stash. Let's get into what is just the most important message. Well, for us. And I think the audience has gone on this journey long enough that they're excited for us.
Yes.
Our 17-year apartment renting run is coming to an end next week because we're moving into our home and we're officially going to be homeowners.
Whoa!
And we're putting the 17 years of apartments behind us. We're putting the dirty hallways, the noisy neighbors, the dog barking, the false fire alarm pulls, the random inspections by the management company. Mm-hmm. It's all behind us. The security deposits, the pet rent, the credit, it's behind us. It's done. We're leaving in 6 days, and this is going to be our farewell in this apartment. We've been here for a year.
Yep.
A lot has happened in this year. And a lot of great stuff. So we're very, very pleased. And then just a heads up, because this is early in the podcast too, we want to let you know, for our public podcast on Wednesday, this will be the last one until July 13th. So we're coming back July 13th, bigger, better than ever. We're going to be doing a lot on Instagram and TikTok to show you along the way. If you go, I can't wait 3 weeks, Freddie and Alyssa, what can I do? Well, we've had a members podcast every Sunday for the past 2 years, so you can consider becoming a member. We're not going to pause the Sunday podcast for the members, but just publicly, while we're getting our podcast studio built, while we're getting moved into our home, we are going to take a 3-week break because we want to plan. We want to come back with a bang. We want to come back with guests. We want to come back with things like mustaches.
Ooh, mustaches.
Yeah.
Wait, you want me to grow a mustache?
No, but maybe Benji. Maybe we can cut,
Benji, who's getting groomed tomorrow.
Oh, that's gonna be so good for him.
Yes,
Yeah, because
yes.
my parents are coming.
Yes.
They're coming for the big move, and my dad and I are gonna do all the moving and all the, you know, not upgrades, but we're turning the garage into a podcast studio. We're building closets and shelves. We got to install like a microwave and put up shelving and just
a lot of stuff.
What other things? Because we did our walkthrough on the 21st.
Okay, so we did our walkthrough,
Which was yesterday.
We have had so much going on besides this move. We've been just crazed with work that I feel the days they're so long that I can't. I feel like yesterday was a week ago because they're so packed with things happening that sometimes I'm like, wait, our walkthrough was yesterday?
Yeah, we've had a incredibly packed 2 months.
Oh, it's been crazy.
And it's all been like good stuff
Yeah.
though. I mean, it's all been forward moving. It's just been, I mean, we couldn't be more blessed with the amount of work that we're getting. I really am starting to feel like a real estate professional, like really getting the grasp. Like I would say out of every like 25 questions I get now from clients, there's only like one that I have to go, oh, let me triple check on that. Like I really know my stuff now. Like we're really starting to learn the Florida ins and outs of like all the nuances. Like we had to learn about FERPTA tax the other day, how short-term rentals need to be licensed in the state of Florida, and you need to be licensed with the state. And then if there's like a foreign seller, there's like different rules there. If someone's going to buy, that's the whole FERPTA tax thing. So there's like things in the field that we're learning.
Well, and I feel too, when it comes to real estate, it really is true that experience is key, and that's how you learn. You can read as much about real estate as you want, but until you're in it and you're learning with each and every deal, because every deal is different, right? Things come up all the time, and I'm just so grateful that I have an awesome, awesome team I've been able to, you know, learn from, and awesome mentors. And I feel the same way as you do now. I really feel deeply, deeply, deeply well-versed in this entire industry, and we are loving it. It's been so much fun.
It really kind of hit its like
stride.
Yeah, it's like, you know, at first we were just kind of taxiing, you know, on the runway, and then it started, you know, going, and now we've taken off.
Yeah,
like we have just been doing so many deals, and it's full time.
Yeah.
We're working with so many people. There was one day, I think it was even Monday, that we were working on 5 deals all in the same day. And I was like, if we can keep this up, this is going to be great. But real estate's a lot like acting, where you're busy and then you might have 2-3 weeks of nothing. So that's why we're really grateful that we're like, you know, burning the candle at both ends.
I guess you could say that. And I will tell you too, another really cool thing that I've been doing with some agents from the brokerage. We started, it's called Habit University, and basically it is a 12-week course where we're learning you know, different ways to call expired listings or for sale by owners, or just all these different ways that you can work to collect leads, which I've never done yet before. The way we've gotten all of our business is honestly through social media and
podcast.
Yeah,
thank you all so much.
And you know, just like word of mouth, social media, people are reminded. They're like, oh yeah, you're an agent. So I'm curious too, if and when things slow down. Hopefully they don't. But it's just another resource, another thing that I'm learning of, you know, doing those calls, because sometimes with any business, ups, downs, ups, downs. Sometimes you're really busy, sometimes you're not. And I'm excited to continue to learn in this course and to just see, you know, what that could look like. Because there was an agent who made a few calls, and she got on the phone with this one property, and I think it was like an expire, or no, it was a for sale by owner, and the home wasn't selling. So a lot of people will put the home on the market thinking, hey, I can sell this. And then they realize, hey, I don't have the network, I don't have the marketing skills, and the house will just sit there. So for an agent to call up and say, hey, you know, how's it going? And you just want to ask questions, right? Why do you think it's not selling? And then you can share if you have a great marketing plan, whatever it might be, a great network, or if you have buyers, and you just talk with them. And this one agent I work with actually got a home to list based off of these calls. So it works really well. You just got to get out there and hustle in anything that is self-employed. So yeah, whether it's through content or through calls, there's so many different avenues to attract clients, which is really fun. So it's something new, that's something we haven't tried yet, and you know, I'm always down to try something once. So we'll see how it goes.
You have to. You learn a lot, and I really think the actual like work hasn't really been what's taxing. It's been the fact that we're buying our own home, which is giving us a true perspective and empathy for people who are purchasing a home, our clients, or selling. Not that we're selling, but we are moving and we know what it's like to buy. And there's just a lot that goes into it. So I think just the overall stress, once we move into our house, I think that's when like the stress is going to go down. It's just been so much paperwork and so many things with the loan and just like trying to figure everything out. But now that we're in the home stretch, I'm finally feeling like relaxed. And what was your initial thought when we did a walkthrough? Because to remind anyone, or if you haven't heard the story of when we bought our house, we bought it in February, but we really walked through a 4-bedroom, and that's what we wanted. But the day a 4-bedroom came out, we were outbid by a cash offer. So we go, well, let's try the 3-bedroom next door, and no one bid on it, and we actually won. But we walked through the 3-bedroom model incredibly quick. Like,
it wasn't a model; it was a new home that was built that wasn't even finished.
Yeah, so we didn't get a full idea. And then even a month later, the question came up, well, what color are the cabinets? What's all this? Like, we knew nothing. We just knew in February that we had to buy a house because we needed to lock that price in because the prices have gone up and we wanted to get some equity. So we didn't care. We just liked the community. We liked the layout. We knew because of my dad and with myself that we could do any upgrades without having to pay for labor. So we're like, let's do this. And we got it. But then we went a few times and watched it be built, but then we were kind of yelled at because you're not allowed to walk through it. So long story short, yesterday was the very first day of this house that we're purchasing that we actually got to walk through with the builder who had a mustache. And we got to see our home. Yep. And what was your initial reaction? Like, we'll kind of share maybe like all the little details, which are kind of cool, but what was your initial reaction when we finally walked inside?
Well, it's pretty crazy because when we were house hunting in February, I feel, well, the market is still very hot, but it was just incredibly wild. And we go, this is the only chance we're going to be able to buy at this moment. You know, it really was a miracle that we got it. And, you know, based off of those circumstances, even though it was a new build, with new builds right now, because it's so busy and it's so hot, they don't have to have a ton of upgrades and finishes because these houses are going like that. You know, when it's a buyer's market, these builders go crazy
with little details.
Yeah, you get the bells and
high
the whistles,
end and
everything.
Please buy. Where now they're like, here's a roof.
Yeah. And so I was a little nervous going, well, over time, you know, we can do upgrades. That's not a problem. But I was like, you know, it's probably going to be super basic. And when I walked in, I was just so pleasantly surprised. Like, I legit was near tears because I go, this is such a cool moment. But then we had Mustache Builder, and I just didn't want to cry in front of him. So I held it in. But, I mean, it was so much more spacious than I thought. It's actually
so much more.
Pretty big. And I was worried, too, at first. I was like, oh, you know, how are the ceilings going to feel? And everything felt great. Yeah. And I was so shocked at how spacious it felt to me. And I'm really happy because throughout the years, we've held on to a lot of furniture that we kept in LA. Because in LA, at one point, this one wanted to sell it all. And I said, we're going to need this one day.
So smart.
And so we shipped, because, you know, we spent money and time furnishing our houses or places in LA. So we saved it, we shipped it, and now we're able to get everything out of the storage and we can really use all of our pieces. Because imagine if we had to furnish it now. What would you do?
I mean, we'd be in big trouble because it's so expensive. Like back when, I mean, we were collecting pieces like from 2018. Yeah. So we would find like a really nice piece, and we also had this outlet store.
Z Gallery, baby.
So you could get like, there's like this gorgeous mirror that we have that's got like a little smudge on it. Yeah. And they discounted it 50%. So there was like this, and you had to go. It was almost like a Black Friday sale every single time. So you had to go early. And you would walk in, and there'd be $1,000 Z Gallery mirror marked down for $500, or a couch for $3,000 marked down to $800, and you're like, you have to like take these little colored stickers. So everyone who's like let into the warehouse gets colored stickers, and you have to run and stick them on what you want so that you can save it. But it's a madhouse. And
we would go multiple weekends when we were first furnishing our house because there's different furniture every weekend. Because basically what would happen is Z Gallery would go and try and deliver these pieces, and if the people who purchased it go, oh, that scratch, I can't have that. You got to replace it. Then they take it to this outlet, which is in like, I think Gardenia, California.
Gardenia, yeah.
Which was an hour from us. So we drive like every Saturday and we go and see what new pieces were turned away by these previous owners.
Yeah.
So we got such bang for our buck, and we were like, man, it would be way too expensive to sell this and try and redo that again. And not to mention all of the time we invested doing that and getting trucks. Remember they would have like the delivery trucks that would come and pick it up
for us.
Yeah, it was just, our life's been crazy. But
even this entertainment center, which we could show you right now, but it's the only thing missing was the glass on top, which you don't need. And it was at a huge discount. Today's episode is sponsored by AG1. I started taking AG1 because I really wanted to take care of my gut health. I wanted to add this into my wellness journey. So let me tell you a little bit about AG1, which we've been taking now for 6 weeks.
Yeah.
It's awesome every morning, but I'm going to get into my story here in a second. First, let me tell you what it is. AG1. You're absorbing 75 high-quality vitamins, minerals, whole food source superfoods, probiotics, and adaptogens to help you start your day right. This special blend of ingredients supports your gut health, your nervous system, your immune system, your energy, recovery, focus, and aging. All the things. It's lifestyle friendly, whether you eat keto, paleo, vegan, dairy-free, or gluten-free. It contains less than 1 gram of sugar, and it costs less than $3 a day. Athletic Greens has over 7,000 5-star reviews. We take the little packets in the morning, you pour it into a water bottle, into a glass of water. You can do it cold, you can do it room temperature, down it on an empty stomach. You'll feel amazing. It tastes great. And then you can go about your day, coffee, breakfast, and anything that you want to do. But we absolutely love it, and we're definitely feeling the results, and it makes you feel like $1,000,000. Right now is the time to reclaim your health and arm your immune system with convenient daily nutrition. It's just 1 scoop in a cup of water every day. That's it. No need for 1,000,000 different pills and supplements to look out for your health. To make it easy, Athletic Greens is going to give you a free 1-year supply of immune-supporting vitamin D and 5 free travel packs with your first purchase. All you have to do is visit athleticgreens.com/Freddie Alyssa. Again, that's athleticgreens.com/Freddie Alyssa to take ownership over your health and pick up the ultimate daily nutritional insurance. Today's sponsor is Everlywell, and we've got a home test right here. So I want to hop in to what Everlywell is. Take action today for a healthier tomorrow with Everlywell. Their at-home lab test and vitamins and supplements can help you get the knowledge and support you need so you can become a healthier you. Everlywell is a digital healthcare designed for you, all at an affordable and transparent price. With over 30 at-home lab tests, you'll be able to choose the test that makes the most sense for you to get the answers you need, like the Women's Health Test or Food Sensitivity Test. Everlywell also has high-quality vitamins and supplements to support your overall health. Choose from a variety of options, including vitamin D3 and omega-3 fish oil. Here's how it works. Everlywell ships the product straight to you with everything needed in one package. To take your at-home lab test, simply collect your sample and use the included prepaid shipping label to mail your test back to a certified lab. Your physician-reviewed results get sent to your phone or device in just days. And you can share the results with your primary physician to help guide you through the next steps. If you ordered vitamins and supplements, you can start adding them to your daily routine right away. It's so simple. Over 1 million people have trusted Everlywell to support their health and wellness goals, and you should too. There are so many different tests to choose from. Alyssa and I wanted to do the food sensitivity test, so we're going to prick our finger, send it in. So here's what's measured in the sensitivity test. Eggs, dairy, seafood, legumes, grains, spices, vegetables, seeds and nuts, meat, and fruits. So I can't wait to get this back. They're just going to send you an email when it's all done, so I cannot wait. Me and Alyssa both got that. And for the listeners of the show, Everlywell is offering a special discount of 20% off an at-home lab test at everlywell.com/Freddie Alyssa. That's everlywell.com/Freddie Alyssa for 20% off your next at-home lab test. everlywell.com/Freddie Alyssa. Now back to the show. So yeah, we just furnished our entire place, and I'm so glad we shipped it and did all that. So now we're just moving everything in.
Yep.
It'll be fully furnished. Yep. The garage we're going to turn into the podcast studio, which we also have. Once we convert it, put the air conditioning, the carpet, put up the drywall and like the walls, and like we're legit turning it into like space, it's going to be near 2,000 square foot house. And it's wide. In the backyard, there's no neighbors. We happen to get in this place where it's what's it called again, where they have to conserve.
Oh, the conservation,
yeah. Which I think is gorgeous. So it reminds me of Ohio a little bit, where this whole area was like wooded, but they've built 200 homes in there, but there's woods and lakes all in between. So behind us is just this open grassland and then a bunch of trees, and then there's a neighborhood behind it, but there's no neighbors behind us. So our windows into our living room and owner's suite is just this beautiful greenery, and it's so cool. But I was blown away. It was so nice.
What's your favorite thing about the house?
That it's ours.
Yes.
I mean, I think if I had to, like, everything blew away my expectations. I would say the weakest part of the house is the owner's bathroom.
Agreed.
It is incredibly like basic as you could possibly get, and like it's a 2-sink
vanity.
Yeah, dual vanity. But the drawers, because the sinks are in, are decorative. So there's 0 drawers and then just 4 cabinets to open. So there's no drawers. So we're going to have to kind of figure out. But there is space to put more stuff. It's
a good size. It's just even there's no bathtub, which is a travesty for me.
There is in the spare one next to the office. And
you guys might remember we are separate bathroom peeps.
So mine technically is going to have the bath.
Yes, I thought about it.
We're going to put a soaker in eventually.
Eventually, which will be great, but I just can't share a bathroom with anyone. So, and just because I have so much stuff, it wouldn't make sense for me to go into the other one. So over time, we're going to put a soaker in, which will be great. I'll live without it for as long as we need.
I mean, there's nothing, because we had to basically choose, because we're like, let's do, because it's expensive to buy a house. So we've been saving up and we're putting a lot of money into it with closing costs and all this. Even though we got discounts, it's like, it's due.
Yeah.
So we're like, well, we don't want to go crazy. So maybe let's take a few $1,000. Like, what's most important? And it's converting the garage into a podcast studio, because the podcast studio is going to generate income. Yep. As much as we want a fence, as much as we want to do a pergola, as much as we want to do upgrades in the bathroom,
but I do
other
think
little things.
Podcast studio and fence are most imperative, because we've got this little guy who's going to want to run around.
He's not a runner.
Neighbors.
He's not a runner.
Yeah.
I saw my parents are my mom convinced my dad after all these years. I think we got a pool, above ground pool, deck all around it. It's like dope outside my house. Yeah. But in Ohio, you only have a pool open for 3 months of the year. But I think it's probably been like 22 years that they've had this pool and this deck. Wow. But it's like expensive to run. It's a pain in the ass to clean. And my mom's just like, I'm over it. I don't want to do this anymore. Like, we need to get rid of it. So she finally convinced my dad that, so they're not opening it this year.
Really?
They sold all their they're selling their chemicals, the stairs, all of it. And then my dad's going to tear down all the deck, take the good boards, put a fence up in the back, make it all green, and build his garden.
He's getting rid of
all of it.
The whole deck?
All of it. The only thing they're keeping is those pavers. You know, when you walk out the sliding door and the pavers with the grill, and then they're going to move the pergola there. No, all that from the steps up, all that's gone. They're going to take it all down.
And so they want to do it just so they can have a big garden?
Just grass, so there's no maintenance. And then just a garden there, of course.
Well, I remember when we were talking about the pool stuff when your parents were here. What was it that was so expensive? Bromine.
It's like $500 every year to get like the thing, but then you also need a new pump after time. And you need all the stuff. But the pergola, I really liked because like my dad put it up over one of the areas to keep shade, but then they hang these beautiful hanging plants.
Yeah.
Is that what you would call them? And and so my mom sent me a picture, and I was like, that is what we need outside of ours. Is not only the fence, but if we put a pergola over the back of our patio, you could even hang plants so it blocks all that, but gives us sun. And then I'm responsible for, I have to have you do it once. You probably never mowed a lawn day in your life, have you?
No.
Oh God, it's going to be so cool. But we're going to go look for like an electric weed whacker and electric push mower, because I would say our backyard is probably maybe 600 to 800 square feet. So maybe like the equivalent of maybe 4 2-car garages all stacked together. Okay. So it's even smaller than that. Not that big. And then the front has all landscaping. So I don't really want to pay somebody, even if it's $30 a week, because we can buy a push mower and a weed whacker for probably $150.
Right.
And so if I just go out there once a week for 25 minutes.
Well, the other thing you're going to have to do as well is when we went through our walkthrough, we were kind of surprised because he was showing us all these different things. And I guess once a month you have to put vinegar in, what is that?
The air conditioner. So that, because it has condensation, and he said that algae will grow. So every month, he said basically every 6 months, but I guess they have to say a certain thing. Sure. So we'll probably do it every like 3 months. Put vinegar down there so that no algae grows. Change the filter. Mm-hmm. There's like sprinkler systems and timers, and there's things you need to check. And there's like, I was like, oh wow.
It's like, you writing this down, and then I kept
that's the thing about a homeowner though, is that we have to take care of everything, obviously, but it's a new home. We have warranties out the ass on like everything. Yeah. So I feel we're probably good for 10 years on everything. And then who knows if I'll doubt we'll have it. We might have it. Right. I don't know if we'll be there for 10 years, but we'll have the property.
Of course.
But at least we don't have to worry about anything. We can just get into the mode of being a homeowner and doing all that work. But yeah, I can't wait to show you how to use a weed whacker. Not that you will, but you have to use the weed whacker to do the trimming along the house, along the sidewalk, and then you push mow.
But you're going to be so good at it, honey. But I guess I can learn. I'm always down to learn new things. Yeah.
So, but that's going to be like a passion project, like down the road. Like once we can like get a few more big commissions and do some deals, we can start putting things into the backyard, because that can make this house
really
so much. Because there's things like miniature palm trees, not miniature, but they're probably, I don't know, planted maybe 5-6 feet tall. Mm-hmm. And they're beautiful. $120 at Lowe's.
I was shocked at that price.
Yeah, so we're gonna put like mulch around with the fence, some palm trees, the pergola, do some pavers so that there's less lawn to mow. Yeah. Even build a little barbecue thing with like brick, and then put a barbecue grill. So those are all like passion projects in the future.
It's so fun though.
But we want to make it feel like home and really utilize it, because again, we work from home. And so we spend a lot of time there. That was one thing we were renting that Airbnb. I loved having different places to go, because sometimes if you don't leave, you just get stir crazy in an apartment, because we're just on top of each other and we're doing calls, shutting the door, and just So that's going to be
so exciting.
Yeah.
I can't believe it's 6 days away. I haven't even begun to pack.
It's better to do the deadline anyway.
Yeah, work well that way. So yeah, I think the next few days, honestly, start getting boxes and get it rocking and rolling.
Did I tell you that I might have our gym set sold?
Really?
Yeah, a woman. Facebook Marketplace is amazing, but you just never know. If someone goes, hey, is this available? Can I buy it? And you're like, who knows if it's going to come true.
Hey, Rick Tabbitt sold a lot of stuff from his storage unit from Facebook Marketplace.
If you price it low enough, people will come. Yeah. I started at like $375, then I moved it to $250, and then it suggested I do $180, and I go,
really?
At this point, I'm going to just take it apart and throw it out. So if someone can come pick it up for $180, we'll use that $180. And
so what did they say? They just said, hey, I'm interested?
Yeah, but I looked at it, and she hasn't written me back yet.
Well, we'll see.
She seems legit.
Put the good juju out. She'll come take it for $180.
Yeah, that'll be nice. And all we have to do now is just get the U-Haul scheduled.
We got to get our internet set up, too. That smart home guy called me today as well.
That's all included, so...
Yeah.
We'll have to see.
A lot of things to do.
I just don't know if I want cameras in the house. I just feel sketched out about that.
Well, have you ever seen how some of those baby monitors, the cameras, people come in and
hack
like,
into
talk
them
to your kid?
Yeah, I just don't like that it'll be like
Just outside.
yeah.
So.
If we have we have a Nest, is that what it's called?
Yeah.
The Nest for Benji when we leave, but it's unplugged and we plug it in when we leave. That shows the inside of the house, but I don't think I'd want it hardwired in.
No.
Or if someone hacks in, I just will never feel like I have privacy. So we'll have to talk about that. But yeah, everything's done through they have the whole smart system, so everything's done through your phone. But yeah, we'll be documenting a bunch of this on Instagram and TikTok, and then once we get settled, we're gonna really focus on booking guests for the podcast. We're gonna like transform the Freddie and Alyssa show. You know, it's been 4 years, rocking strong. But for us,
yes.
Like when we have things like this in our life, it's so amazing because we're like, hey, this is like, we love filling you in on what's going on, what we're learning. But when your life is just kind of work and maybe there's not much to fill in,
right.
We want to be able to have interesting guests, or we want to be able to talk about like hot topics in the news or pop culture. And so we're going to start bringing in more videos. And once we build the studio, we're going to have a monitor. Even when we read our sponsors, I can't wait to have the TV behind the camera so I can like read here rather than in my phone. Which we've already inserted probably today. Yeah. What was it? Everlywell was today.
Yes.
Yeah. An AG one.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, all that stuff's good. So yeah, follow us on on Instagram, and we'll be doing some stories, and then we'll be back here July 13th with the new and improved studio and show, and maybe even a call-in thing. Who knows? We're gonna figure that out. But the 3 weeks that we have off during all this, we're gonna really put it together.
Yes.
And we want to bring you something just so awesome.
Yep.
So thank you all. We're going to say goodbye. This is the last time you're going to see this background, the apartment.
See you
goodbye,
later.
apartment.
See
and
ya,
the next time
see
you
ya,
see us on the pod, we will be in our new home. So thank you for coming on this journey with us. This is so cool to share with all of you because you have been on this journey with us. So
we love you.
Yes, we love you, and we will see you July 13th. Bye. Take care, everyone.